Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we're starting the episode by just taking a moment to admire the unique Auriga architecture, which I think looks very... okay, I'm going to level with you. I think it looks like a black and white cookie, and that makes me like it a lot, because it feels like you could take a bite out of those walls, and they would be delicious. And I want to... I would, in fact, like to live deliciously, given the option. Satan, call me. So it's not where I thought the intro was going. What are we doing today? We're making some moves. I think it is turn 15. I was a little surprised to see that when I loaded up the game, because usually we get a lot more turns than that into one episode, into an hour. But I guess early game with the Auriga involves a lot more movement decisions and stuff than early game with most factions. So yeah, we're still pre-First Empire plan. I think the play here is, let's build a settler. Let's try to settle Sulin on turn 20 after we buy our Empire plan. We have the resources to press for one of the strategic, or one of the wonders, but the fact is, we just don't have the industry. And it's going to be tough to have the industry as the Auriga, because, you don't generate population very quickly in the early game. We still haven't even pacified our home faction, which I did not remember was the case, but that's the thing we got to do. Do we have to do this with the Centaur? It doesn't say we have to do it with the Centaur. I'm hoping we don't. So that way we'll have pacification of the region right away. 3 villages, obviously big deal. Not a very good assimilate in terms of military diversity, because we already have this role extremely covered, but honestly, we might just assimilate them for the food bonus. We'll see. So your job has been slowly baiting the Kapaku army back toward the city, and I think you're doing a fine job. Getting attacked right here is totally sensible. We're going to finish another Seeker who can help us with this stuff. And then once we've actually spoken to the minor faction here, which I'm really surprised I didn't do. I guess I'm not that surprised. It's like, it's in an area that's all cliffs and forests. That is annoying to get to. Once we've done that, we probably just want to patrol the eastern part of Sulin and catch blue settlers, which Seekers are very good at. What else is going on over here? You have an obvious play. You should probably just look around. Okay. Nothing of terrible immediate import. Ship's got to move quickly. Okay. Let's go. So we have 9 turns until winter. Oh. It's hard to say whether or not that's going to result in an eclipse. There could be an eclipse still. It is feeling less and less likely. Okay. They lost some people in some ruins up here. So, that seems pretty doable. And then I have to talk to you for a quest. Huzzah! Control of a fortress, and also 40 dust. And then we talk to you again, and I guess that was our 5th other interaction, which is cool. In the next Empire plan, don't put anything in military, but set economy and population to level 1. I believe that we are totally going to do that, so good news for us. So we just got 2/3 of an ocean region. Unfortunately, what was this one? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so we're producing 2 wine per turn. In a couple of turns, we'll have this available. Cool. That'll be a turn 18 ocean region, which may be fast enough for it not to have spawned any hostile boats at all. In which case we will not need any boats of our own to defend it from neutrals, but it's not guaranteed to be. I think it seems like stuff starts spawning out of neutral unit spawners at like turn 20 plus or minus 5 turns. So there have been a couple of turns where boats could have been sent out already. Or at least there's been one. There will have been a couple by the time we can finish this. So I think we just have to kind of like cross our fingers and hope here. And then... oh, that's a shame. That's just outside of movement. Well, and then I think we want to go for this quickly, because, like, what if we could actually make this happen? That would be awfully neat. Anything fun over here? Yes. Yes, indeed. Alright, we're going to finish getting vision of this stuff, and then we may just jump in the water and sail over to that landmass there, potentially. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this now. Let's be done with you. As ever, with these early game attack moves, we're mostly just going to let the militia do the thing. They only have 2 movement, but I want to be as far back as possible while still being able to reach them, right? Because we have a charge. So yeah, let's have the 2 Seekers just position very defensively for the moment. Okay. Now we execute. We don't have to let our enemies determine anything at all. Oh, actually, never mind. You have to do this, because... There we go. $14 damage. Incredible. Okay, who's moving first? You're moving first, so you come down to here. So down to... Sometimes you gotta unselect and reselect a unit to get them to accept orders. I don't know why. And then... This will be open, so you can come here. Nope, like this. Please do the way I tell you. Because we do need to gang up to have any hope of actually killing these things, because all of our units have spectacularly low damage. And this is just a problem that the Allocation have in the early game. Once you have access to monks, things change considerably. The monk is an actually like functional and good military unit. This is less of a problem during winter too, of course. Oh my god, it's gonna take us so many turns of battle to actually kill these these damn rockmen. Okay, we have narrowly defeated one of them. The good news is we do get a pretty solid amount of health regen out of being in light form, so that's going to be good for us. These Seekers will be still in fighting shape for sure. Okay. Slow but controlled. And the militia will respawn naturally. You can run over here and have a chat with these folks. Ugh, okay. This may be a burn the city down, or burn the village down thing. I don't know. We'll see. We're not going to worry about it right this second. So... I do want you to do at least that at the beginning of the turn. It's just like make 100% sure we're all in range to do a thing. You probably don't need immediate movement orders. Probably nobody does, really. Oh, I haven't even resolved most of your turn yet. Okay, so we got to get up to around 300, which we can absolutely do if there is an eclipse. A lot of ruins around here, but not a lot of them are temples. Okay. Oh, and also the city needs to be building that settler, right? So 3 turns, and then, yeah, a little bit of movement. Maybe we go as far down as the coast. It's probably a good idea. These are 2 actually functional anomalies. It's important to remember that the Black Earth is not actually good on volcanic soil for us. Yeah. This all makes sense to me. Oh. Well, that is the pre-eclipse lighting change. The moonleaf has run out, sadly. Well, given that we know there's going to be an eclipse, I am not, in fact, going to put myself in the water. Let's make sure we get these. Remember, our units are incredibly fast during an eclipse, so... Oh, well, we should probably stop off and have a chat with the other fortress. This is a very tightly clustered region. Oh. I mean, yeah, obviously. Hostiles. Well, see, this is interesting. Wow. It is interesting for us to have just entered Era 2. Do I want to fall back for... Yeah, this is three things. Yes, I do. I do, in fact, want to try to fall back and go to the area we know about rather than the unknown darkness over here. Yeah, that's all very compelling. So, research-wise, what are we looking at here? This is a unique technology for the Epilogue that allows you... It gives you more time on your luxury booster duration. That's what that clock is supposed to be indicating. So if you have a lot of luxury boosters running and you're cycling them, they all end up lasting an extremely long time, which is cool. I believe the 20% is additively stacking, not multiplicatively stacking, but still, it's a very powerful thing. And then that combined with the fact that the Epilogue mechanics try to push you toward having a smaller number of cities in the first place means that it's very easy for the Epilogue to maintain a lot of luxury boosters. Obviously not a thing that I'm like super excited about right this second. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think that there's still a lot of Era 1 stuff that we probably want to pick up before we do any of this. Like, I think we should probably grab Public Library. Our research times are getting a little bit bad. Does it make more sense to grab Public Library than it does to go straight to Alchemy Workshop? The research cost difference is actually pretty small. The building itself is like a third of the price. And it's nearly as good. Yeah, let's get this first. Okay. And hopefully we'll actually be able to kill these things this time so that we can do other stuff with our time from here. Because these units want to be moving around and questing and stuff. I think I'm just going to back them off. Or just let the militia handle it. Maybe that's not actually going to work. Alright, you know what? One of you two is at full health. Let me approach to a space adjacent to some open ground at the very least. Okay. Clearly a little bit of a push was needed. All right. Pacification of some miners that we don't actually care about. Also 15 gold, which I might actually care about. And next turn we fire that wine booster. Okay. Didn't this say 3 turns last turn? Well, what happened there? Oh, right, we changed eras, so the level of the unit went up. Right. That does suck, actually. I'm wondering if some shenanigans maybe happened between episodes, because, like, there's no way I wouldn't have spoken to that tribe, right? No, maybe my units were all just too far away. It's so weird, though. They're, like, right on top of us. I don't know. Okay, so we need somebody to report down here to do the patrolling and also the quest turn-in. And then you need to move in the direction of Temple Ruins. Probably should have had them end their turn here. Spaces are not, like, hugely different in terms of distance, but this one's not volcanic. Ah, well. I was really hoping we were going to see a... Really hoping we were going to see a movement conflux. But I will take one of these. That's fine. Actually, I can't. That might be a swift conflux. It's not anymore. Never mind. So 80 dust plus 5 adamantium, which I actually don't value very much at the moment. Plus 60 dust. Awesome. Great work. Another 80. The Dish of Canuck, which gives me something to do with that adamantium, I guess. Yeah, and then we'll plan to get to there, and then I don't really have an idea beyond that. We'll get over there, and then we'll see what happens. I will be very fast when that has occurred. Okay, capture this listening post. They don't say how. Capture that however we want through conversation. Totally works. Okay, just not firing. Well, let's grab this real quick. 6 glass steel and 1 pearl. Wow. What a phenomenally bad reward. Alright, now that we know this army is going to pick up a movement conflux, I think I'm going to trust that they'll be able to scoop these, because I really want the hero to get that XP anyway. So I'm going to have you grab this one, but then just turn around. And we're going to learn what's over here. Okay, I'm hopeful. I am living in hope. I am also living in expend wine immediately to capture this ocean region. There are hostiles in it already. That's a shame. So they're gonna decap it from us then, but hopefully we can take it back, and in the meantime we can still get some value out of it. And we did also secure the palliative prow, which is, you know, that's a very powerful piece of ship tech if we ever need it for whatever reason. Also just a lot of vision. Vision is good. Oh no, that is still there. That's weird. It faded out of my view, but it has returned. So it will not be easy to get to this necessarily, but this is what we're going to do at the beginning of our turn. This is what we're paying attention to. I have some hopes here. I have some dreams. Oh, I forgot to buy a hero. Well, 1 turn without a hero. Hopefully it won't matter too much. You have hostile miners in your territory. You know, I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm going to come over here and do this. Yep, losing fortresses. That's a real shame. Okay, cool. 40 dust and all that. Also being attacked. Wait, really? Oh, two fortresses in different regions. Well, it took us a little bit too long to start getting control of the fortresses. And we didn't have any ships to back it up. So sometimes this is what happens. That said, I think we still got some good value out of it. Okay, you find a wreck, bodies, and also pirates. They murdered the Fomorians, and now your quest is for vengeance or justice, or to leave. Also, that is one quest that is available to you, like this, to leave thusly. Oh, shoot. Should have searched the ruin a second time. Okay, so our Skyfin is in some considerable danger right now, because we don't know where Blue's troops are. It is possible that we could lose this Skyfin. Due to having just had to retreat, and I shall be very annoyed if that happens. Okay, the cult is present. We probably shouldn't let that be the case. But I'm not going to be able to kill them anyway. They'll just retreat, and I'm not going to hang out for an extra turn to make sure the job gets done, so we may as well just move. Walk through the conflux, because it's worth a little bit of XP to do so. And you know how I feel about getting experience on our ranged hero at the beginning of the game. That is what we call a high-value proposition. A big sword made of glass steel. Okay. It's fine. This is come back with an army that has 3 minor faction units in it, which is not something realistically that we will be able to do. So yeah, I guess you're coming back home now. You've kind of run out of nearby ruins to search, and you are just getting started. Titan bones. Not a thing we have, sadly. Ooh, look at this. All right, 5 adamantine and an empty search is pretty disappointing, if I'm honest. So, a couple of heroes. A couple of governors might be a good idea. Let's see here. We got an Ululani Raui. I mean, obviously we have a good situation for an Ululani. Who would be a good governor for the capital, though? None of these are, like, mind-blowing. Jassa Murdap is fine. Iraku probably not. Sala Arca is fine. Science Boost 1, Expansion Support 1. I mean, again, there is that thing where you take an Alai governor and then you Zealous Hands. And Zealous Hands is right on the road to Inspirational Leader, so it's not like a terrible play. Science Boost 1, Expansion Support 1. So the bribe action reduction and the army ignores movement penalties from terrain do literally nothing. These are empty skill points on a governor. But you move quickly into 2 points of Zealous Hands followed by Inspirational Leader. I mean, it's not great. Over the course of the game, how many pearls is it going to save me to have one Alai hero who can be moved around to eat the cost of region expansion, though? The answer is probably a significant number, right? It might be a couple extra districts even. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And then the Ululani is a 330-ish more, so we need to find some good... We need some good luck, if we're being honest. That said, it could totally happen. We're still in a position where it can totally happen. I sure would like to get that. Going into this next phase of the game with 3 functional heroes all gaining XP already would be really nice. All right. Good luck, Skyfin. We're going to sky sail as far as we can from where they know us now to be. And we're moving toward that at, you know, Skyfin speed. They knew exactly where we would be moving ahead of time because they're the computer, and they did a horrible, horrible thing to us. Oh, yeah, just neutrals. This is solvable. So like I said, I think we are going to the coast. We will not be taking the settler in as reinforcements here, obviously. Some quick XP for our new hero. So, like, don't know. We're going to take these two. I could have made it to, wait. Yeah, 80. I could have made it to 80 if I'd been thinking about it because we got the free technology to push us into the next era so quickly, and we settled in a high science location. And I wasn't thinking about it, and I'm a little bummed out about that, but it's too late to do anything about it now. So let's make sure we land this at the beginning of next turn, just in case. Really, 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 really don't want anything to happen where blue gets a chance to steal that from us. You get to search this and find 60 dust. Wonderful news. All right. Excellent. Excellent work. Probably going to burn that village real quick, too. You get to double search a ruin. And find Quicksilver, which we don't need. Dust and Pearls, which we do need. So yeah, notice that eclipse searching. I mean, I do want to see the rest of this territory. Eclipse searching a ruin does not have a chance of yielding pearls, but the normal search of the ruin still does. That seems like a thing that's almost certainly going to happen because this region is extremely remote. And there's another ruin over there. A lot of things are going well, and then also in some ways I'm playing very poorly. So we'll see what the sort of the average, what the union of those two factors is. Hooray, my unit leveled up. So, like, do we want to do something to this village? I don't know. Let's go ahead and hire Ululani, even though we don't have a place for her just yet. Well, if I'm going to do something to this village, I want to stand here when I do it. 12? It's 12 food and 12 influence for 5 turns. Where was that? Yeah. That's a rough one. What would be the bribe cost on this city on this village right now? 162. I would gladly pay that bribe cost over, you know, having to rebuild the village. I guess we'll find out if that is a thing that's feasible. Okay, so we're dead. Let me hold on. Let me have a quick look at the battlefield. Oh yeah, we're dead. You know, because the Skyfin is a flying unit, sometimes you can survive a fight that you shouldn't be able to survive. Well, now I'm thinking about quick settling Zighor as well, and just, I mean, I guess it doesn't look like it would starve blue out that much anyway. They have territory eastward to expand into. Oh, hey, a marine. Well, at least it's not a settler. These ships are going to come down here and decap this thing for us. In some ways, this is going super well, and in other ways, it's really not. There's unfortunately not a ton we can do. Like, we're doing everything we have access to. 5 turns to winter. The eclipse could, in theory, last up to 4 turns then, right? There's always a turn of neutral season between between winter or between the eclipse and the start of winter, but step out of their region. Okay, 80 dust. Somebody else got tactical training, no big surprise. We got control of a fortress. That's the village. Yep, this is our fortress getting decapped. Okay, we'll come back to you in a second. So we are just going to bribe that neutral village. 162 dust for a point of population is pretty great. That's also pretty great. That's actually legitimately really great. Okay, this is a crummy quest that we don't need. Wow, this region's actually really interesting. And I'm going to turn you around because you're veering into territory we're already going to be able to explore. Okay, now that they have spent the rest of their movement, I don't think... No, let's grab it. I was going to say I don't know that this is worth it, but whatever. Yeah, there was a pearl in there, you know? So yeah, step out of their region quickly. Sadly, we cannot actually get this turn, but there could be another turn of eclipse. We're definitely hoping for one. You can just bribe these ones to play nice, which is great. And then what? That's a good question. Let's have Ululani Rawi get to work down here. Get another spice extractor up. Somebody should have thought to do this. That's on me. At this point, it doesn't help to fire it now. This is totally worthwhile, though. We definitely want to help that new city establish immediately. Like, do I want to do this yet? We have a fair number of buildings down, I guess. And I think I am going to go ahead and assimilate the boss for the moment, just to get that food bonus. Yeah, let's go ahead and fire it. It's 11 extra dust per turn. It's not super great. So what do you do now? This is a question. I guess I could throw you in the ocean. Hi. Do you need something? We could try and recap. You know, these things are being left empty by the neutral vessel, so hopefully we can just come down here and recap some of it. And then once Sulin's established, we can actually build a small navy and try to control these regions. I'm sure the Vaulters are thinking about it as well, and they do have at least one coastal settle. So if we don't do it pretty quickly, it is going to become like a challenge. What about... Okay, boarding vessels on the market, fire ships on the market are the same price. Interesting, potentially. At this point, these are much more reasonable to build. Are they still unchallenged? I can't imagine. Okay, somebody's working on a museum. Nobody is building a megapole. $14 turns? I mean, like, what if I got it, though, right? It would be pretty good. Do I want to build it there? No, I want to build up this way, right? There's that other tree up there. So it's actually pretty awkward to position. So I want to put it adjacent to multiple districts, obviously, because we want to level it up quickly, but I sure don't want to put it here because I don't want to have to build there. So I think I build it here, and then we have to build 3 districts around it no matter where I put it. But at least right here, it's like we build there and there. That gets us the capital. And then we build here, and that levels this up. Yeah, it's weird. Also, how did I not notice that that is a I mean, no, that's how I didn't notice, because it's behind the nameplate of the city. Well, okay, we should get that one. Those Marines might get to that first, honestly. Okay, yeah, weird. Let's see if the eclipse continues. Oh, you know what? I made an error earlier. I just realized. I was talking about how I wouldn't want to... the preachers would just run from us, and I didn't want to stick around to finish them off. But I wouldn't have had to. It's the eclipse. We have 2 action points. I could, in fact, have killed that that small army of preachers without them really being able to do anything about it. Well, it probably wouldn't have meant anything at all. Like, it probably doesn't change even a single thing, even a tiny bit. So, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Let the Dorgeshi expend their movement, and then give them 12 glass steel. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. If anybody's ever going to fortify, or if anybody's ever going to settle this region, it's going to be me, so. What did you want? Oh. Yeah, I can do this now. We can split this army up, and then... and in fact, Zoyos has the... Yeah, Zoyos has the movement to just do the thing right this second. Now, we don't have any extra... we have all 3 of the conflux types? Yes, we do. Sphere, cube, and triangle. So yeah, we want to do this now. We could wait a turn for healing, but I think it makes more sense to go now. Unless you're not gonna come at me now. In which case, I guess we're waiting a turn for healing. Okay, we had searched that once before. But yeah, 60 dust. Cool. And if the eclipse lasts 1 more turn, we'll get 1 more. And it totally might. It totally might. Okay, so we have 1 ocean region, or we have 1 facility left. It is just about to get captured. Or uncaptured, rather. Set to neutral. But we can run around here and... Oh, nope, never mind. Wow, that generated another unit, like, instantly. It should be sitting empty for some time. I don't know why it recaps so fast. So we do want sewers. We've been floating off of just having a lot of luxury resources for a while here, but obviously we're not going to be able to sustain all of this. It is cool, though, that we'll be able to sustain the wine, at least. Ah, we don't get the 1 more turn of eclipse time. That's a shame. Things have still turned out pretty well for us, though. Okay, dust and pearls. This is the museum. Yep. Yep, we knew that was coming. So, I was really expecting that initial attack to be this, though. I thought that unit was more aggressive than it turns out to be. So you're gonna move full speed. And I guess, actually, I don't know what unit's gonna spawn here. But I may have to stand in front of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I can't prevent you from getting that attack, so whoever spawns there is just gonna have to get lucky, I guess. Well, frankly, it's probably for the best, because that unit that's just going to poison us over and over again. And our enemies, but also us, right? Like, a Sujujun is a useful thing to have around in theory. In practice, I think it almost always turns out to be more dangerous to you than it is to your opponents, because, you know, each opponent unit only, in the best case scenario, each opponent unit only has to deal with it for a short time, but your units have to deal with it over and over again, battle over battle, and it becomes a thing. Cool. An avenging army of this unit, but way more of them. Interesting that it thinks I'll win. 29, 36, 24. Okay, so my stats are better. I have equipment on it, looks like. Probably like basic iron equipment or something. Well, that's interesting. We've got some emeralds, which we really don't need. We do have the money to buy a ship. And at this point in the game, a fire ship is a very powerful thing. Like relative to the neutral vessels and everything. I wonder if maybe that's what we should do. 244 on a fire ship. I'm gonna do it. Did it? It didn't buy. Buy. Oh right, because I clicked outside of this window. I kind of thought with us only having one legal space for it to spawn in that it would just spawn there, but I guess that's not how that works. Cool. It's paying itself off already. Yeah, so hopefully we can recap this whole region very quickly and hold it our color. I mean, you know you can't be allowed to live. You can't just be here. So then do we want to... Silly me, I didn't even notice that had happened. That's why our dust was so good. It's fine. Yeah, I think we're just going to retreat here because I do not agree with the game's assertion that this would cause me to win this battle. We're just going to run, explore some more territory, and yeah, if this turns out to be a dead end, we jump in the ocean where they will not be able to follow. So we're going to execute that as fast as we can. I'm going to execute this move as fast as we can too. Why be aggressive? Because, you know, every unit we can take away from them matters. Definitely run that. The emeralds we may not need. Did you... Okay, you successfully got in the water. Very important. Wanted to make sure that happened. And I think our hero's just coming home. We're getting to the point where we may actually need this for fighting. Although, it's about to be winter. And maybe we're going to want to be positionally flexible for pearl reasons. Well, whatever. Let's make sure this stuff happens. Oh yeah, he's just gonna retreat, so. I think that ordering is sensible, and then we'll figure out other stuff from there. Okay. Ooh, kind of an interesting time for winter. So we'll have a quick look at our... yes, that did in fact happen. We're far enough from the village now that it's just the Seeker versus the Marine, but I'd put a light mode Seeker up against a Marine that had that much health. You do just barely make it to the water. Blue is coming for our stuff, but they just have a boarding vessel, which, as we've seen in the past, does not necessarily fare very well against a fire ship, straight up. We are going to have some dollars problems, but this is part of the reason that we took the Empire plan that we took. I think we're going to have to commit to this pretty hard. Yeah, okay. So that's an easy win for us. This should also be an easy win for us. So remember, our unit did gain battle movement as well. Make sure we are running the maximum possible distance before attacking. Minus 10% defense on the target per movement point spent. Okay. Still took a lot of damage. It was still bad. Let's turn back around and grab 8 pearls here. So I think at this point, oh right, I just moved. I had to move keyed in for them. But next turn we're gonna separate these units, and obviously there's a lot of pearls to sweep up, and I know we're not using them very quickly now, but we're going to. We're gonna need a lot. A pair of boarding vessels is maybe a little harsher. I'm going to take the library out of the queue here. Maybe... I really don't want to make any changes here, though. Obviously, we want to be fully committed to the mega pool. So we're really not going to be able to build any ships then. I mean, I can do this. We can be on dust for a little while. And actually, firing the emeralds again is a good idea, because this city was at 85%. So that'll help a little bit with the food and the industry. So, okay, I don't think there's anywhere that anything like super critical needs to happen. You probably just need to basically make your way back home. Go ahead and use some fog to hide your presence. So what, we have 1 strategic resource deposit. We haven't really needed it. We were very lucky in the early game with resources, but probably be a good idea to get at least 1 more. Like, we don't have a source of glass steel right now. I mean, we have plenty of room to expand around and do this stuff. All right, let's make sure this happens. Okay, I want this battle to occur. So yeah, we can see the pearl indicators pretty much everywhere. I am gonna go steal Blue's pearls. Or rather, the pearls that are near Blue. They are not Blue's pearls. They are my pearls. Auriga left them to me. It's in her will. Go read it. Now, remember, the hero does get XP for picking up pearls, in addition to, I believe you always get XP for picking up pearls, but our hero gets even more than that. So we are continuing to pursue those early levels, which are very important on a ranged hero. Can I build a ship quickly? Yeah, actually pretty quickly. I think we could use a little bit more support down here. Go ahead and manual this. So they move 3, right? Yeah. All right, so I just want to be in a position where they don't get to attack first. 25 damage to target and opponents next to both the target and the attacker, and it starts them on fire. So the best thing would be if these two moved in such a way that I could get damage on both of them, but unfortunately that's not really going to be predictable. Is my ship smart? It is not. Like, it should have moved to here. It also should not be doing 0 damage. Okay, well, this is going well. Yeah, we're taking way more than the expected value of damage here. 44s and... Jeez. Okay, well... That is some way outside of expected math bullshit, so that's frustrating. Also, it was just 1 boarding vessel that was sailing around decapping things, right? So somewhere another one spawned, and I mean, we're gonna continue devoting time to... This sucks, but we're gonna continue devoting time to building boats because we need the boats. We need those ocean regions. This is probably a reasonable time to get cultivation. We'll finish it like as winter is ending. But yeah, this is looking not so good all of a sudden. If I move people over... Okay, so there's not really a way to get this thing much faster in the first place. Well, we can do this. But then we need to build a second boat afterward, right? Because if we just go 1-to-1, the math doing the thing it did in that last battle can really screw us. Yes. Okay, get over here. You grab that. You turn around and head for this stuff. Yeah. Because Brown might grab this stuff if I'm not quick with it. And that's 8 pearls right there. That's a pretty important one. You need to be a little bit careful about being in ocean regions with the centaur, because the centaur is not very durable. But also, you know, if I can find my way to an ocean pearl or something. I was gonna cross the border to get to blue stuff. I'm gonna do this instead, partially because like we don't want to antagonize blue too much. Like there is an amount where it becomes dangerous, and also there's better clustering over here. But I don't know, maybe it would be worthwhile just to take some stuff, just like anything to throw a wrench in their game a little bit. Also, I have stopped paying attention to my own faction quests while I was doing all this stuff. And we've been doing a lot of important things, but after the wonder is finished, it's probably worth doing. Okay, so grab that into that. You get this. There's blue settling around. So... well, I mean, nothing for it, right? I just can't. I cannot disrupt what the capital is doing. If we actually do manage to get the megapole that late in the capital, it's going to help a lot. Okay, I can lose 35 dust for 2 turns now. It would be really cool to get this boarding vessel up so that we can attempt to reclaim this ocean region. And once we have an ocean region, it's going to help us in so many ways. The wine has ended and needs to be rerun, obviously. And at this point, yeah, we're spending 15 wine per 10 turns and making 20. So we will be able to do that infinitely. I don't really know what your move is. I guess just step outside of this region for the moment. Probably this way, actually. So I can just merge these 2 units up and then teleport the hero to them in a minute. Yeah, that's probably the right way to do that. And then you... it's a shame I don't think you can handle 2 militia by yourself. So, dude, this unit doesn't have any more obvious stuff to grab. Do I want to have this unit sweep blue's pearls really fast? They're going to be really annoyed with me. At some point, this is going to turn to conflict, but... first of all, that has to happen, I think. Like, we don't know exactly how much more building space they have over here. We can see by holding the mouse over this that the borders of this region are not pulsing, so these are 2 different regions. But my guess is that, you know, it's possible that even if we were nice to them, there'd be enough expansion pressure from them being capped to 2 fewer regions that they would come after us no matter what. So... and we need pearls very badly. We have 100 pearls if we get all this stuff, but, like, that's not going to last all that long, honestly. I wish I could draw a custom path, because I want you to go here and then there. Alright, Breos gets the first skill point. Two turns until we have another boat. And then hopefully that'll be enough. That, the loss of that fire ship that we spent so much money on really hurts. And like the fact that it accomplished nothing for us. Very, very tough to deal with. Big, expensive losses. Oh. Howdy. Also, Khazar is here. Boy. Well, I guess I just get out of the water. This is the safest thing to do now. There's no universe here where we end up with all these blood crystals. Yeah, I guess just do something like this. Okay, so you two are just going to merge up, save me a little bit of money. You're going to get back here so that we can merge the other unit with you very quickly. This is a pretty good time for winter to end, honestly. We're going to see the end of the Titan Bones here pretty soon, I believe, before we are done building our wonder, which is a shame. So there's some more pearls down here. Okay. Hi. 2 units of Nameless Guard, or 1 unit of Nameless Guard against 2 units of Seekers. That's probably advantage us. 76 attack, 46 defense. So our attack is way lower than that. Yeah, and like the smart thing to do here is to let them convert the village and then burn it, rather than fighting the thing itself. Oh, right. Lick Zoltan, still doing stuff. Still just giving me resources. Okay, so this is the part where it turns into a defense for a large reward, right? We probably want to hold off on that for a while. We'll do that part when our army is in position and maybe a little bit more capable of dealing. So, okay, you're just coming over here too. I just want to merge up all the land forces. And here we should probably library. And maybe do a little bit of this. Yeah, we probably just need to like have some money on hand. We're not going to be able to buy out any significant portion of this. Gosh, that winter hit at a really awkward time for this city because it probably delayed us getting a 6th point of population. Yeah, that's just a real bummer. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go claim some stuff. Hopefully. I hope that Blue has had to deal with whatever neutral garbage vessels have been spawned. +1 battle movement on cavalry, -1 on flying is actually a pretty bad... Like, we don't want to lose movement on our monks in winter combat. So I might put down some votes for the ice shelf, actually. I'm gonna put down some votes for the ice shelf. We have enough pearls to influence this, and I think it matters at least a little bit. And also, early winter voting is voting early after an early winter is very cheap. We're gonna go to 9 votes. We want the number to be high enough that the other players look at it and go, "Oof, it is not worth spending that many pearls." And also that leaves us at 100, which, you know, round number pleases my simple human brain. Are we in the lead on this? Yes. We have no idea if anybody else is like working on it, but we do know that at the very least we're in front for right now. Keep in mind, that doesn't mean we're safe on it at all. It is 100% possible that somebody else will get close, behind us but close, and then just spend a huge amount of dust that they have sitting around and rush it. So I do think, let's see how that resolves before we end the episode, though. Let's finish that and then figure things out. So, cultivation research. Finished. Tremendously important stuff. The Titan Bones and the gold have run out. Truly sad times. This is just laying here empty. A resolvable problem. You for sure need seed storage more than anything else in the universe. This is pretty important too, though. And if we pull you to this, yep, think it's worth it. Okay, looks like it added a single turn to the build of the mega pool, which is fine. And this city is still fervent. So there's no sense popping boosters for it. We could pop 15% worth of boosters for that. No, never mind. We could not. We do not have 15% worth of boosters. Unfortunately, our centaur is going to have to run home through very hostile territory indeed. Okay, but uniting all the military units is going to cut down on our costs a little bit. And I guess the centaur is also working on that. It's coming home to the hero. So what's next? We still kind of don't have use for the alchemist furnace. I might just continue to push food, actually. And then after this, it's probably the science building, the Era 2 science building. Okay, so blue took the other 2 fortresses. We have no idea what their actual ocean force looks like. It looks like 2 damaged boarding vessels. Okay. There's a Setsuke, and it is here. That's interesting. I wonder how their stats scale over time. Like, I assume that one... Ooh, neat. Actually, don't search that. I assume that one that we see this early in the game can't have stats like the one that we saw at the end of that last game, right? I wonder if it will be something that we could take down. I think I'm just going to snap the hero over here. We're going to figure this out together. Oh, these are just Justiciars. We can fight them. That's not a danger. Okay, those are important things for you to do. We're all doing important things. My suspicion is that they will just choose not to defend. Nope, they really want to hold the fortress. Yeah. Not really a lot of strategy to employ here. Man. Okay. Fortress gained. So, if we can sail over here and grab this thing before they launch any more ships, there's like pretty good chance. There's a fairly good chance that they didn't leave anything behind. So we can secure the ocean region and make it so they would have to go to war with us to be able to attack it. And they haven't claimed any fortresses anywhere else. They just went after the ones that we had because, again, the AI is motivated almost entirely by spite. Specifically, anti-player spite. Also note that our units tried to move through the lava tile, even though it was exactly the same number of movement points as not moving through the lava tile. Spite. Okay. You know, we should probably actually search the southern part of Taldreen. We don't know what's down there. So Purple, I've not formally met you, but okay, you're a necrophage. Green, we don't know your deal. We haven't seen enough of your territory to see any buildings yet. So there's a necrophage just to the south across the bay. Not great news. Never great news to find that they are so close. Tell me this is empty. Okay, that's just wonderful. That's wonderful news. We got 70 dust. And also, oh, here comes the Avenging Army. Right. They're still mad. Well, I'm going to easily kill these Justiciars. And then we're going to jump in the ocean, probably. Because I don't really want to fight those units. It's a shame I'm not allowed to put you up on the high ground. This is fine. The Centaur is effectively a heavy infantry unit instead of a cavalry unit because it doesn't have any of the charge stuff or anything. So there's no particular reason for it to like move a bunch. It'd be great if you could get up on the high ground for the extra attack. And then free counter. Oh, right. Sorry, I should have stayed adjacent because the shifting Nova. Oh, never mind. You moved anyway. My suspicion is that the... Here, let's just have you disengage. I wonder, it would be nice if they would go after, yeah, after the archer instead. Okay, well, I almost lost that unit anyway. Into the ocean with you. My suspicion is that the AI code that causes them to move before, like to prefer to move before attacking as much as possible, is probably not checking for the presence of any charge type abilities. It's probably just checking to see if they are a cavalry unit or not. It's probably very, very simple. Okay. Gosh, I sure hope we get this mega pull. It's certainly going to help out in the, you know, on the potentially going to war front if we can get the mega pull. All right. Spent a lot of resources for it. Are you kidding me? And of course, they bought it out the turn before we finished it because spite. How did they know? They always know, is how. Well, that's supremely annoying. I think that we probably ought to build a settler here very quickly, actually. Really looking at the situation. Because we have enough money to hire a governor immediately. So what we do is we settle Gadanak, we lock Blue up. Blue did produce another boarding vessel. Higher stats, I assume? Yeah. So not going to be trivial to challenge it for any of this stuff. All right, those ships have to die for us to get control there. We might not be able to get any of the other ocean regions, honestly. We'll see. Having control of this one might turn out to be really valuable. We actually don't know yet. All we know right now is that it gives titanium and spices. But, you know, spices, that's cool. We have enough from our extractors, but it's still cool. So yeah, we build a settler. We don't buy the settler. We build the settler. We take Gadanak to weaken Blue and give us control of the rest of the space. Also, a huge quantity of wine that we can sell or something. And then from there, I don't know exactly what the plan is. From there, it's military research, maybe? Like maybe we get monks right now, then alloys, and we move toward a war footing. You know, it's not a bad idea, actually. Oh, sorry, no. Alchemy workshop, because we need the science, yeah. Yep, I think that's the plan. That is a single pearl. I am not going to slow down my travel for it. Is this a passive region? It is not. But no, it probably does not make sense for us to get on land, because then these things will be a problem again. And you were just checking this out. Okay, that's all that's going on there. What is this? It's a single boss unit, which is actually kind of annoying. I'm just going to have them move north. We're going to cover the border of Gadanak, make sure blue doesn't sneak any settlers out. Although it's going to take me long enough to get there. Who knows if I'm actually going to be successful. Yeah. Rough. The AI buying out a wonder on the last turn that they could do so is incredibly common on this difficulty, and I imagine will even be more common on the next one up. And it's just super frustrating. It feels the most worst every single time it happens. Really, really sucks. All right, well, we'll get this settled out, and then we'll figure out what a battle plan looks like, because we do need to break some skulls here. I mean, we could take Zikor by force. Really, if we manage to do any damage to blue in a war, then we're going to be like increasing the degree to which they are slowly starving on a theoretical lack of territory. And obviously that'll just make it easier for us to push against them the next time. So we may end up pursuing a thing here like we did against the Kapaku last game, where we weaken them by bits and degrees, all while building up for the opportunity to take out the cult. And then we just have a continent to ourselves until the necrophages find it. We might be doomed. The point I'm making here is we might be doomed, and us not getting the megapole is definitely going to play a part in that. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully I will have fewer situations where I spend a lot of resources for very, very little gain, because, you know, on these difficulties, we're already playing from behind. You basically cannot afford to do that, ever. Frustrating. And we'll see you then.